JC from Real and Simulated Wars. We're going to spend a bit of time in Rule the Waves 3 with the expanded battles DLC, which appeared a couple of days back. I've been playing these for roughly the entire week with it, and well, it is a very nice expansion. If I want to be a little crybaby, I could say why this was not here from the very beginning, but there is enough whining in Steam and in the many social venues that we have these days, so I'm not gonna be that guy. But pretty much the game, as you know, it is a strategy game for naval warfare. It is a serious simulation of naval strategy. It's not like you go unlocking stuff and all this bullshit that people like these days. It is a really one particular thing that blows me away, and this was since Rule the Waves, since the previous versions, even to version 1. It is a research, because it's not that you're unlocking this or that. It just happens. I don't know what is their algorithm, but it really feels like you have your scientists working on something, and they face challenges, and they are stuck into something, and all of a sudden it appears, and it kind of unleashes a lot of different things that can happen with that. I really like that, but I'm a bit partial to that because I am a scientist, so nerd comment, I know, but that's a thing that I value a lot. But when it comes to gameplay, very little has changed in the core values. That is strategy. You manage your fleet, you put officers, and you have an admiral, and you have your different officers, and you take your fleets into exercises. It's pretty nice, pretty involved. The place where this shines, it is from the 1900s all the way up to 1935, 1940s. Still kind of sported, but the game falls a bit short when it comes to the 1960s and 1970s. It's a kind of a mixed bag, and I understand you cannot cover all these eras of naval warfare in just one game, but I digress. You will see where I'm coming from when I show you this very short video. So as you can see, you can still play your game in the regular way. You can do your campaign, as it's called, and you can start with a very small fleet and take it to flourish. And well, it's still based in areas, the places where you take your fleet, and that's something that I always felt that it's a bit short, because basically you take your ships to areas, and they tumble there, and there's no apparent choke points or anything like that. All of a sudden you receive a report that the battle is about to occur, because you're close in contact with this, if you want to do it or not, if you want to fight the battle or not. It feels a bit uncanny. It's like that operational part that was present in other naval warfare games from the 1900s. They did have. There is this very old game. The name escapes me right now. I believe it's Steam and Iron. Yeah, Steam and Iron. That thing, pretty much hated by everybody because of the DRM that it had, but it was brilliant. I mean, it had so much depth. You could plot the routes and patrol routes, and you knew where the enemy was going to be, so you go on fight like a area denial type of warfare. It was just amazing. But let's not focus on the negative. Let's go to the positive. What's new? So you have a ship designer now. Out of the blue, you can do ship designs. I have never been too much into this thing of ship designer. I don't know how the game fares on that. It feels a bit cooked up. I never, designing a ship is a task of an engineer. So it's fun to put turrets into holes and yeah, whatever pleases you. But right now we do have these kind of the scenarios, which is kind of new, and this allows me right now not to go into an entire campaign just to see if I can beg for a battle to happen and endure like very long years with nothing happen because your navy sucks or your country is friends with everybody. And you see, you have a good variety there of different things. The one that I have been playing a little bit, and I'm going to show you the gameplay. It is for Eastern Solomon Islands in the Pacific. This is for the 1942. And what did I do? I apologize. I have to. I chose correctly. So I have the US Navy, and I don't have any control on the enemy. So this is the globe. You can go anywhere in the world. Pretty neat, pretty cool. Very kind of, you see the interface is something that takes a bit to get accustomed to because it's too windowy. This looks like, I don't know, Windows 95. Looks like you're banking in the 1990s or something like that. But again, I'm not going to complain about that because I know this is not part of the core abilities of the game or the premise. But we have two task forces, 11 and 16, and each one does have a carrier. So we're going to be kind of intercepting the Japanese fleet, which may have different components, etc., etc. You see, it's about to get early in the morning. The wind is coming from the south, which is really not very convenient this time because, carriers do turn around to confront the wind. That is to sail against the wind and allow the aircraft to kind of, take off from their decks. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just zoom through play. There is no thought on this. I'm going to plot a curse that goes right there, 307. You see, it's very, very subtle. That number just changed. So it's not very, it's kind of not helping you too much. It's kind of a very brutish approach when it comes to the the user interface. So we'll have some aircraft to depart, and you can always have your search and your cap, and we're going to be doing we're going to leave it. You can adjust it, which is very, very cool. You can have two-phase searches, and you can sometimes enforce a night search, which is cool, and you can have different levels of caps. You don't have to take care too much about deck cycles or anything like that. I believe it is well modeled. I didn't check the numbers, but they do kind of make sense. It works fluidly with with the with the player. So better just leave it alone. The same goes for this one. For this one, maybe we can shift it a bit to the northwest, and we're going to put the two-phase search, and we're going to leave the cap at the same levels, and things will start to happen. One thing that I I always wondered, as you progress in time, and this is not easy to do. I totally will agree with you if you're indicating me, or you're thinking that, well, how do you do that? But there has to be a way. It doesn't scale at all. It's like you have these ship icons, like for instance, if I go right here, you can center through that ship, and you can have just the very, very, very nice icons on it. And you see the scales are a bit a tiny bit exaggerated, but that's fine. I'm not gonna complain about that. But as you zoom out, where things do get interesting, they just become red dots. And as you will see, as oh, this is nice. You can set your float planes from the battleships and armored cruisers. Just give me that. I have it at normal speed. You will see later that maybe, oh, you see, there we go. Stop right there. Where are my planes? Well, one of your planes is right there, even too small at this, and there is the icon for it. I didn't find a way to scale it up because, as you go up, they just literally, they scale too literally, and they become a red dot. And where are your planes? Well, I don't know. So what you have to do to find where your planes are, you go into air formations, and you can apply these filters right here, and you can go to the ones that are flying. Can you sort? No, you can't. But for instance, you have this guy over here that is flying, this guy over there that is flying, and you can zoom in to this beautiful aircraft going into he's doing a recon mission. But as you go out, I mean, God knows where they are. Not specifically a complaint, but it helps to the player awareness, that at least to have some sort of indication. I changed the color of the map and the land. Well, the land doesn't matter too much, but the sea part, I don't know if I chose it correctly, but if you leave it at the very, very vanilla version, you can change it using this. By the way, you can choose waters of different colors, and for instance, if you put it there, it's gonna hurt your eyes. So I try to get some sort of dimmed version for the water. And what? Oh, I chose land. I wanted to choose water. So what about that? Yeah, not any better. Looks like very kind of bizarre, and sometimes can help you to have some eye fatigue. But anyway, The game right now is pretty much hands off. Our Of course, you can do many different things. If you see, let me pause it because something is going to happen. You can have your different divisions do different things. As you know, that was very valuable in the engine, that that you can have these different divisions doing different things, like, being a core support or a patrol function within the force itself, which is very valuable. I'm not using it right now because I'm just trying to show you how the general gameplay goes. So the normal speed is kind of adequate. You see the sun coming up. It is now, well, that time is Zulu time, I believe. Right now it is a local time of 5:59, and it pauses because I didn't set up my pause routines very well, but that's all right. It is just to show. You see the dots going up. You see they're very pulse type of movement that they register, of course, at this level of warfare, where you have basically two task forces. And look at that, the carriers just turning into the wind that is coming from the southeast to get their aircraft airborne. So what happened there, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, there is no report. Where is that sound coming from? Oh, what is going on there? Well, one of the benefits of having these icons, this interface that is almost Windows 95, it is that you can adjust your panels and whatnot. So pretty cool. Gameplay is even, is nice. It allows you to apply some sort of general tactics. Oh, what did we find? It is very nice that you can click on this and it will show you a report. And apparently an aircraft from the Cactus airfield, which is where this one here, which you can actually see right there. This is what is going to become the Henderson field in later in the other scenario. So pretty cool. So you get your reports and basically you can follow those reports. But this seems to be like a screening force. We just detected an armored cruiser, and well, we better put ourselves into a position where we can present battle. So the options for the client, the options for the player are multiple right now. They has to be able to, you see different task forces to kind of manage the battle. Okay, so you have battleships and cruisers and your destroyers. You can do many different things. Some of them they are under AI control right now. As you can see, this triangular shape indicates that they are not under your control. You can actually switch them into something that you can control. You press there and you see the flag is now on a square. Pretty cool. So that's basically what you will see in the scenarios. Continues to shine again, and if you go to any of the other more early 20th century um, scenarios, you will see the same level of quality and very good gameplay. Uh, but as you can see, with the advent of aircraft, it's like the engine is not coping very much, or mechanisms. It's not necessarily the engine, because I could live with these graphics, but the thing it is that no provisions were made for kind of, showing the stuff any better. I'm okay again with these big formations showing as flags, and just little dots. That's perfectly fine. And again, you can still go into these different types of representations. Oh, there is an option there where you can take out the heading icon. I believe it is somewhere in over there. Highly customizable. Oh my god, need my coffee. But anyway, you can customize as you please. There is a ton of options there, and pretty cool. So good selection of scenarios. I'm gonna leave this battle, and well, as you have seen, you have different types of options there. Quick battles, it is going to please a lot of people who just want a short or medium sized skirmish, not necessarily a campaign. And this is where I'm gonna be criticized for this, because I took the game to the 1980s. The game doesn't claim that it can go further than 1970, and indeed you will see that the ship selection stops at, I believe, at 1975, to be honest. But that's okay. But modern warfare and this type of Cold War type of things, they're pretty good. Let me show you what the game can do. So basically, I just going to put the USA versus Russia in the geo gap, and see what options do I have for them. So this button is very, very important, because I couldn't find anywhere in my hard drive the place where all the ships that I'm going to show you, like the ship designs, are recorded or kind of saved. So it looks to me that when you press auto generate, something is happening there that it doesn't, it's not present. Maybe I don't know. I'm just digressing. Look at this map. This is a location that is kind of default for me, but I don't want to fight in the shores of the US. It's just too close to Norfolk port, so no. So I'm gonna take it to the geo gap. I'm gonna place it there, and you have to place a home for each side, which is basically the direction where they are going to be coming from, if I remember correctly. And then you press continue, and there you go. Boom, look at this. This is beautiful. These are all the options, and it is very nice because there is such a beautiful mix of just naval uh, artillery, naval old-fashioned guns versus missiles. I believe that is gonna hook me to this for a very, very long time. Again, one can say that, well, dude, you're not doing it right because you're taking the game too much to an extreme. But this is a place that I like it. So anyway, you will see different classes here: armored cruisers, light cruisers, and your carriers. So we have here the Enterprise, the Hornet, the Shangri-La, all of different classes. And I want you to remember this because these designs, you will not see them when you use the typical scenario editor, like the full-blown scenario editor. This one is just for a quick battle, but I want you to remember that. So I'm going to select here the main force. I'm going to add a division, and I'm going to have, you can add different names, you can edit this, have it like a different game name. I'm gonna put CV67, which is actually the John Fitzgerald Kennedy carrier. I apologize for the intermission. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, it didn't change it. Okay, that's fine. So let's put the carrier into that. Let's use the Enterprise. That's a carrier that I like a lot. And then I'm going to create, I don't know, you name it, like let's put this battleship just for funsies, and some armored cruisers. I'm gonna have this one. Everything has a name and it's very, very, very nice. You can have, if you're near the shore, you can have coastal places, and well, you know, you can have a scout force that can be very well detached the from the main force. For that, look at this guy over here. There was a class, I don't remember which one it was, but it has a lot. Oh, this one here, the Perkins class. Oh, I didn't create a division, so there we go. Now that I have a division and I selected it, I'm going to add these two Perkins, which I love. Look at this. They have 8 anti-ship missiles each, which is just awesome. And don't forget, this is, I don't know from which year are each, but we're talking about the 1960s, 70s, early missile age. So pretty cool. And this one too, the Parker class, actually, oh, there we go. So let me show you this. In the Arizona, probably you will not see much 60s, 70s uh, type of technology, because this is a dreadnought, the Arizona, actually. And it's the Arizona class 1971. But if you take a look at this guy over here, you see it has, of course, anti-aircraft guns. That's fine here and there, but it has surface air missiles, SAMs, against aircraft, and has anti-ship missiles. So it has 8. And this type of build-up, well, you can see it right there in the graphics, which are not zoomable for this type of thing, but you can see that they have their mounts over there. And if you want any type of information, you will find it down there. So pretty cool. And what is, oh, look at this. So the carrier force was actually there. So I'm gonna return this guy. I'm starting to be a bit OCD with this. You need a division, and I'm gonna add very quick and dirty. I didn't rename anything. And of course, if you go to the enemy side, you can always auto select the enemy force. This battle size is very, very large, so let's do something small, because I didn't choose something too big. And they will give me this. And again, these are Russian designs, which I cannot find anywhere else but here. It catches my eyes that you need to generate, quote unquote, when you begin this scenario, so I wonder if it has to do with that. But you see, you have a very defined type of thing. What is this? The Otvazini 1979. And well, you have your surface missiles. This is a very, very kind of cool force. There is no carriers for the Russians. So in these battles, you have to be careful too that, you know, sometimes I have seen the enemy showing up with bombers, like, you know, missiles, like Tu-22s or Tu-20s. So pretty much very, very complete, very, very nice. And again, this is probably not the reason why you are here playing the Rule the Waves Extended Battles DLC, because this is completely out of whack. I'm taking it too much to the extreme, but it still is playable. I had a lot of fun with this, and you have to actually think your tactics very, very well, because, well, you know, in this case you're facing a lot of enemy ships that they have a shit ton of anti-ship missiles. So they're a bit unreliable, these missiles, but you know, when you have 16 heading your way, you know, probability can be a bitch. So now the game is telling me that, oh, you know, be careful when you place these things. Things can get really very hot, and this is something that Rule the Waves has always had in there, that there is, at least in the campaign and in the in missions where that are canned, that are generated with scenario editor, the kill chain part, where you scout and you find and hopefully don't lose track of your enemy is kind of a not too much present. So this being a quick battle, we are here because we want to fight. So I'm willing to let that go. There is no problem there. So you can cancel or ignore. I don't know, if you cancel, you will be thrown into the same thing. So I will just ignore it. And there's my guys. And oh, this is something that I don't care too much. You have your destroyer division, which is basically your scouts, and you have to start the scenario in order to give them some sort of leeway. So here comes the kicker. We just saw by radar that something is locking into the BB Arizona. Locking. So they saw us already. They tracked us and they locked it. So tough luck, guys. We have been watching for how long the scenario has been running. Well, I don't know. There is no way. 8 minutes. Yeah, 8 minutes. And well, we were aware of this, but somehow I didn't even have time to touch anything. So probably this speed for Modern Warfare normal is a bit too much. So you have to go to the very slow or directly go for the real time, because things do happen really very, very fast. And we have some aircraft in the air, which was done automatically. Let's see if we can zoom into one of these guys. There we go. That is just great. But again, the enemy is not showing up. You can have your settings to show the radar range, but that has to be done, I believe, on each ship. How come I cannot see that? Yeah, okay. So it looks to me that some concessions need to be made. The engine just is forcing itself somehow graciously, because dudes, I'm fighting a missile engagement pretty soon, and the results are good enough. They are not as detailed as you can get in Command, which is kind of the standard reference for modern naval warfare. But there are things that the engine didn't keep up, like the aircraft. We have seen these even in the World War II era. I don't know if there is a setting where you can have bigger icons. And second, it is the time restriction. In Modern Warfare, probably, the time is more, the pace of tactical events, the pace of firing is brutal. and we're about to get a salvo of enemy missiles pretty soon, and we don't know where it's coming from. So that's a thing that probably uh, doesn't work for some of the people that play this game. So what happened here? And just to show you other things, these smoke stacks are very basic. They were kind of good for early naval warfare, even World War II warfare. But right now, who cares? I have other problems than seeing the smoke stacks of the, you know, the enemy fleet. So I don't know if there is a setting where you can take them out, but that's basically it. And you can see that we have incoming here. Let me see how I can pause. What I'm doing wrong here, I don't know. Oh, there we go. So these are two missiles. They're zooming our way, and we don't know where the enemy is. We have no freaking idea. And look at this. I just chose the worst uh, setting for the for the water. So probably you can go and change it using this and have a deep blue. Never used that. So let's take a look. Ugh, no. But you see, it's all happening really very fast, and I remember for one of the games from this company, I happened to nail the perfect color combo. Ugh, horribilous. So sorry, I'm getting a bit of obsession here with this. Let's just go for the basic, which is gonna make my eyes bleed because it's too brilliant, and it's not even good to see the radar range. Hmm. But anyway, I don't want to waste your time with this. I believe I have shown you enough of this battle generator as to a little better. But see, our radar is really very basic, and we cannot get it. So I am hoping that this is. Oh, there it is. There is actually a contact there. So what I'm gonna do, it is you can launch your strikes, but we didn't. I was not smart enough to. This doesn't appear as a target yet, so I'm gonna choose the location using the map, and I'm going to be using these 10 sentinels. but I was not smart enough. Well, I didn't have time actually to get my strike aircraft spotted already for these contingencies. I am lucky that the AI took care of the scouting and whatnot, but no, who spotted this? Is an unidentified ship, and you can have merchants. So what I'm doing probably is not that smart of an idea. So we have two volleys of missiles. One is here, the other one is here, and the other one is here. Hopefully, yeah, volleys of two, and they're coming beyond that ship contact. So probably this is the guy providing targeting, and well, let's just hope that nothing gets destroyed. I wonder what happens if, wow, now you're reporting it. Okay, great. That's great. No, the thing that I wanted to point out that is that I can set up too late now, but just wonder for the fun of it if I can get a solid contact using (40-50 miles). Okay, so let's just keep it. That way, and let's increase the pace of our cap. So absolutely excellent game to model some of the battles that happened during the Korean War. Or even sometimes Vietnam, but I don't know how much fun that would be because it's not too much of a Navy engagement. And again, remember, you can just use this air formations button to retrieve all you need, and just in case you need to know one particular aircraft where it is. What was that? You see Perkins is receiving some fire. This is a destroyer. So let me show you. I'm going to do something that is not very kosher, but I'm forced to do. So I'm going to generate a volley against that guy, and oh, they're all out of range. Jesus Christ. So I do believe, let me, okay, I'm dying to know where these missiles are coming from. Slowly coming by. So far, we're doing good. Oh, the enemy's actually spotting us. But what about the volley that I wanted to? Let's choose. Unbelievable that I'm still out of range. Okay, Perkins, I'm gonna ask you to shoot all you have. I don't want to fire SAMs at them. Missile fired. You see, the pace is really kind of very, very high, even when I'm running it slow. So probably you need to go to real time, which will keep your adrenaline um, high anyway. So that's all I have regarding these. I just want to spend just more time with this for sure. And let's end the battle. Oh, look at that. Two destroyers heavily damaged. And you see, these guys do have um, what is FS? They have heavy bombers, so they have a total of 16 aircraft. No, none of them were kind of destroyed uh, or damaged. So anyway, we lost miserably. We have been very careless. And then you have the aircraft statistics of what happened with the aircraft that we use it. You can have the amount of shots each ship fired, how many hit, and what they did. And you can reveal where the enemy was. Pretty tight formation. I really like this for being like a random, not random, but generated battle. Looks pretty good. So see the battleship, the enemy battleship in the center with all the little guys providing some sort of screening. Pretty much what's not to like. And what is this? Huh, freaking missile. So anyway, that's basically what the scenario, the quick battle has to offer you. So very, very, very good. I am sorry I took it to the very limit when it comes to the technologies that can be featured. But I just needed to do that, and you will see that when I use the scenario editor, I'm going to be doing exactly the same. So this is the interface of the scenario editor. It is kind of simple to use. I'm going to be doing roughly the same. So you first go here and you have to select your different sites. The first one is going to be the USA. The second one is going to be the Soviet Union, and I have it set for technology in 1975. Sorry about that. This is a scenario data. You can fill the many fields like blah 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 blah, and then of course the author, it is real simulated wars, and yeah, whatever. So then you go into the scenario itself, and the first thing that you want to do, it is to add a force. So I'm going to call US Navy, and you're going to put there, this is a site. There is site 0, 1, 2, and 3. Ours was site 0. You have to set up your objective. I'm going to put it right there. You have to select the home. You can put it in Norfolk just to make time. It doesn't really matter. I believe it is just to provide an orientation of what is happening. But the main point of this scenario editor is that you can generate an opposing force or a side that does certain things in a certain way. Like for instance, right there, when I showed you the add force type of thing, hold on a second. Right here, when you're editing the force, right here, you can edit, and the first thing you will see is that you have a set of waypoints. Like for instance, this set of waypoints, it is an option that this side will have. If it is not the computer, if it is the computer, it will use it, and you can assign probabilities to each of them. So if you start with waypoint set 0, you can notice that you can basically plot a series of waypoints that the force will take, and you have to right click over there, and you can have also another waypoint set where you add, I don't know, just to add some variation to it, and then you can have another set where the thing can go this way, and each one will have a probability of being used. Usually generates the thing in that way. So I'm going to be generating a force, of course, for the opposing side. That's pretty much the same steps that I used before. You can also have search areas, which they're not areas that are scriptable, but they're kind of places where you can uh, have different events to happen. The one that I'm familiar with for you know pre 1950s and more into the 1940s and the 1900s is that if you step into that area, there is a certain probability that somebody will spot you, an enemy resource, or somebody in the coast, like a coast watcher or something like that. Uh, you can you can set it up that way, so they can spot you for surface. And let's say that we have a spice here. Ah, come on. Left click on the map. And if you happen to be there, a fisher boat can have a 10% probability of spotting you and letting the enemy know that you're there. I don't know. Pretty cool. Let me tell you, the implications of this are really very, very deep. But of course, with the scenario editor, we're looking for not for the computer to make the decisions, but actually to give a hint to the computer opponent or a specific side that is not controlled by the human, what to do and how to proceed, which is very useful for educational purposes or for training. I don't know if this software can have that type of thing. But let's add a new division. We're going to call this CV67. CV67. And to this, I'm going to add a ship. And this is where happens. So you can go from your custom stack of classes of ship, or you can use the stock. And you will see here that, well, if I go for things that I know, like the John F. Kennedy, he will open it and everything is fine. Kennedy, got to massage a little bit here. I don't know which year this one was built. No, he was probably alive, but then let's put 1970s, which is not true. And well, the position that it added, it is at 0, 0, 0 latitude, 0 longitude. So what we'll have to do, it is to change it to another location. We're going to put it right there, and there's your ship, and it just hook it up with all the waypoints and the different waypoints that we have available for them. This being waypoint number 1, offset number 3. We just happen to have selected that one. It doesn't matter when you play this game. The computer is gonna toss a coin and select the one that was, you know, particular throw of luck type of thing. So pretty cool. So we have our carrier there. Let's add another division, and I don't know. Let's call this task force 67.1. I don't know, whatever. Just making up the story. US Navy will have everything like it. And then we're going to add a ship. And this is something that could have been done a bit better. You know, you still have the old name. Who wants to do that? No, probably you don't want to repeat the same ship. So anyway, when it comes to select, you can use your custom hulls or designs, or you can go into the designs page. And I swear to God, I have been through this, and the majority of times I'm going to choose a hull or a design that is old. This is nothing like we have seen in the battleship, in the quick battle generator. In the quick battle generator, we have so much richness of ships. It was just freaking great. I just had to go and select the class type, and that's it. Right here, well, there are things that we know they're not going to work. If we're going to put a Bismarck class, guess what you're going to get? You can, you know, even a cursory knowledge of naval warfare or naval history will tell you that, you know, it's not what you're looking for a 1975 engagement. But pretty much anything that you have here, there are some exceptions, like the Leahy, for instance. Let me select it. Everything that you select. So this one is cool. You see it has SAMs, pretty cool, like it. But if you go and add a ship from the stock here, so you're gonna get, like, there are names that you can recognize pretty fast, but the thing will not convert it into a modern hull, which is kind of weird. So it would be great to have the same list that you have in the quick battle generator right here. So I don't know. Yeah, you see, these are all pretty well known names. But for instance, let's choose the Petty Sound. Let's see what. USS Red V Sun. Let's see what is all this about. View ship data. You see? Of course, this was an 1898 type of ship class. So good luck selecting the right ones. So I am doing something wrong here. I don't know what it is, but you know, I don't see the different eras having a good representation. uh, or maybe I'm doing it wrong. God knows. But the editor itself is pretty easy to work out, and there are not many other options when it comes to this type of scenario creation. I'm going to delete this one because it doesn't belong there. So the globe again is your playground, which is pretty awesome, but there are so many different things. And even if you open the stock scenarios, a thing that I will not do because I will spoil the stock scenarios for you, it is that you will see that type of mix. Like the only modern engagement that you will find in the stock scenarios is the it is something in the Mediterranean, and it's, kind of not even that exciting to play. So obviously I'm carving into the wrong place here, and but that criticism still remains, that, well, you may confront the same type of challenges that I am right now. So in conclusion, the mission editor is perfect to generate an opposing force that is going to be doing things with a certain probability. It's going to be moving into certain areas, and if you can see over there, the distances are really very, very big. In a scenario that I don't know, it's occurring to me, it is just, in a scenario where you have to squeeze uh, your task force or your carrier force or carrier strike group into the coast of Finland, and not getting the Soviet Navy knowing about it. But that can be done in principle using this, but the limitations of the ship designs that I mentioned before make it difficult for a plain user like me. Probably, the specialists residents are going to have a different time. So that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed. This was a kind of a long video, but I just wanted to show you how this thing is different from the previous, and what is the value of getting the expanded battles DLC. So other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.